because a product doesn't only stop at being sustainable, eco-friendly, cruelty-free. We also have to question the labor practices behind the production of said product. What if I told you that the many things we enjoy, including those that we take for granted, when we look back into its supply chain, involve the small, fragile hands of child laborers? As documented by child protection group Bachpan Bachao Andolan, in India alone, numerous children have died buried alive in those mines. What needs to be changed? What can we do to help? Welcome back to Zevaulia, and let's dig deeper about the mica issue for a lesson learned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people will be aware about this issue. Mica consists of a group of silicate minerals that have oxygen and silicon as their key components. Mica possesses a layered and crystalline hexagonal structure. Because of this, it can be split into thin sheets of 1 micron. To put into perspective, the mica market in terms of volume is expected to grow close to 450,000 tons by 2023, and this is only a few years away. As of 2019, the mica market has seen tremendous growth in the past 5 years, and this is expected to grow as new players join the market. North America, China, and India are leading and fueling the mica market growth. These are examples of top leading manufacturers within the mica market. Mica is used everywhere in various industries, especially for its visual pearlescent pigment and insulation properties. It's been used for decades. From the lovely shimmer in your makeup, such as your eyeshadows, foundation, lipsticks, and highlighter, to the paint on your vehicles and appliances. It is a filler in cement, plastic and rubber products, as well as many parts of your automotive and electronic devices as a natural insulator. Breathing equipment, x-ray machines, microscopes, compasses, missiles, laser, and radar systems, and even as lube in oil and gas drilling. It is more integral in our daily lives than we think. Let's look a bit closer, first at the beauty industry. The beauty industry is dominated by big international cosmetic companies, the top 10 of which control 58% of the global market. The industry also comprises of numerous SMEs, and if this includes the suppliers that stock ingredients they use, it gets even more complex. Nowadays, you will see a growing surge of companies marketing their makeup ingredient sources as natural, fully natural, or partially natural. This is because there is a growing demand for natural ingredients in the beauty industry. But the thing is, if we look deeper, we also have to question how these natural ingredients are excavated, because a product doesn't only stop at being sustainable, eco-friendly, cruelty-free. Not only that, we also have to question the labor practices behind the production of said product. So, is the human labor behind the production of the brand humane, or is it downright cruel? Because it is a long shot between becoming a natural makeup brand or a natural beauty brand, and also one that is socially responsible. It needs to be assessed further. These are examples of international beauty brands being linked to illegal mica mines in its history. Fortunately, many among these brands have stopped stocking mica that connects to illegal mica mining. Very recently, it is increasingly known that the tech industry uses a lot of mica in the production of its products, and some companies are even linked to illegally sourced mica. The demand for electronics is so high, especially since the boom of the tech industry. Mica is key because of its flexibility, elasticity, infusibility, perfect cleavage, low thermal and electrical conductivity, chemical inertness, and high dielectric strength. It's practically in many electronic devices that has a printed circuit board. The automotive industry uses massive amounts of mica, and it is not only for paintings and coatings of vehicles alone. There is approximately 15,000 possibilities of mica use and car parts for one car alone. These are examples of international car brands that have been linked to the use of illegal mica mines in its history. However, as all of this is exposed, it is great to know that some of the largest car manufacturers are launching investigations to find out where their paints and parts come from. Many companies, both large and small, are at a very high risk of becoming involved in the worst forms of illegal labor of vulnerable people, which includes children, in its supply chains. This is the OECD's due diligence guidance. Companies should commit to eradicate all forms of illegal labor, especially child labor, in their supply chains. A lot of companies nowadays are waking up to this issue, but many are also turning a blind eye, and this needs to be worked on. Behind all of this high demand lies a dark truth. Not only is there environmental destruction, but especially there is a lot of human rights violations towards mica miners in the excavation of mica. And this has only been exposed in the last decade and has only been taken seriously since 2016, ever since the India issue was exposed. And the thing is, it is not only happening in India. When we talk about child labor in mica mining, these countries have a high risk in using child labor in its mica excavation. And these countries have a moderate risk in using child labor in its mica excavation. A lot of the mica that we see today, however, 60% come from India, namely Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, but especially Bihar and Jharkhand, known as the Mica Belt, where 20,000 miners who are mostly illiterate and landless farmers have been working through the years illegally, at the mercy of agents, intermediaries, or middlemen, exporters, and even mafias and rebel groups such as the Naxalites, Maoist rebel movements. In the 1980s, the Indian Forest Conservation Act was passed to limit deforestation. This directly impacted mines that were in protected forest areas and, unfortunately, created a new problem. It shut down many legal mines, and it became the beginning of the establishment of various illegal mica mining industries, and many people took advantage of this. These illegal businesses included miners as young as 5 years old. Want a general idea about how division of labor among children work in illegal mica mines? Here you go. These are an approximate day's earning of mica miners in illegal mica mines when they gather 10 kilograms of mica per day, regardless of whether they are children or adults. The International Labour Organization, or ILO, has classified mining as one of the worst forms of child labor out there. It is so hazardous and dangerous for children to be involved in. Illegal mica mining are highly vulnerable to mine collapses and other accidents related to the use of dangerous instruments. Miners breathe large amounts of silicon dust, exposing them to the risk of developing silicosis and other lung-related diseases, and miners have to carry heavy loads of mica on their backs across far distances. Many families live in crippling poverty that because of their circumstances, they are forced to have their children help them to work in these illegal mica mines to boost household incomes. And these household incomes average of 200 rupees or 2 euros per day. In other instances, when one or both of the parents are sick, their children will substitute and work for them in these mines. Low-quality mica are sold to intermediaries or middlemen at about 10 rupees per kilogram, or 10 pound cents or 10 euro cents per kilogram. If it is of better quality, it can be sold for up to 40 pound cents or 40 euro cents per kilogram. Mica miners have no clue of how much their mica are sold forwards by these middlemen or intermediaries. The markup is huge. Top quality sheet or ruby mica sells for up to $2,000 or 1,300 pounds per kilograms on the world market, according to the USGS data. That maximum of 40 cents per kilograms that these miners earn are sold for $2,000 or 1,500 pounds on the world market. It is such an unfair and staggering markup. These mica are then sold across India and overseas, with more than half or 62% going to China, and then followed by Japan, the US, the Netherlands, France, and Germany. After a lot of pressure by the international community, the authorities of Eastern India have started the process of legalizing these illegal mines since May 2017. This is a much awaited process. This is a big foundational step that we need to applaud the Indian government for. However, there are various other problems that have to be simultaneously dealt with. For example, debt bondage, child labor, and poverty alleviation and environmental degradation. These things have to be solved in tandem. With all the breadth of information that we have now and all the things that I have shared with everybody who is watching this video, we have to continue to support all the various initiatives out there. From optional schemes, campaigns, multi-level lobbying, grassroots projects, and various forms of investment, we have to support them all. There are high-profile initiatives by Bachpan Bachao Andolan or Save the Childhood movement that was founded by Nobel laureate Kailash Satyarthi, who has worked with various beauty brands, including Estee Lauder companies in 2006. There is the Responsible Mica Initiative or RMI and its brand members, Terra de Homme, and various local Indian CSOs. There is also a beauty brand that has incorporated a niche innovative technology to tackle this issue. British company Lush began replacing the natural mica in its products with a lab-made version called synthetic fluorphlogopite that contains no microplastics. What should we, the mass public, do? We are the consumers of these products that are being produced on a daily basis, and we are driving supply and demand. We have the ability to raise awareness and demand for transparency and accountability from the brands that we buy. We need to push for safer and more responsible workplace. Companies in this sector should scale up their due diligence efforts to various standards in regards to mica traceability in their supply chains, regardless of the volume used. Good mining and processing practices should be in place that include incorporation of advancements in technology, labor protections, and environmental practices. We also need to push for more community empowerment, such as these ideas here. We can even demand our governments to introduce risk-based due diligence regulations regarding child labor and other illegal forms of labor in supply chains. Legal frameworks should be more pro-vulnerable people. Amongst others, there needs to be licensing of mica operators and also inspections of operators' compliance. Mica will remain to be a mineral that is used in our daily lives, and because of this, we all need to be more aware and responsible towards how it is excavated, managed, sold, and consumed. Make sure that the makeup and the skincare that you wear, the electronic devices that you use, and the vehicles that you own does not contain the energy and sweat of vulnerable people, especially vulnerable children, in its footprints. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video from the beginning until the end regarding this pressing, significant issue. Feel free to spread the message around by spreading this video around so there will be more awareness and more impact. As what I always say and believe in, even the smallest steps count and matter.